Hi Pisces, welcome to your reading for July 2023. A little late, but is it, you know what I mean, like in divine timing? Was it meant to come out now? Maybe, or maybe I just got really behind schedule, or maybe both. Anyway, welcome. This is for Pisces Sun, Moon, or Rising. You may have planets in the sign of Pisces. You might be in love with a Pisces, or you were intuitively guided. So, you know, like I'm a Virgo and Pisces is my opposite. So I often feel like there's a lot that Virgo can learn from Pisces, and there's a lot that Pisces can learn from Virgo, because it's really like it's that balancing aspect. So I'm not saying you should be with the Virgo. I'm just saying think about that, you know. So anyways, I don't even know why I was talking about that. This is for July. Though time is fluid, it will reach you. You will find it, I feel like, in the right timing, and sometimes that's years from now, honestly, and sometimes it was years ago that I already answered your question. You know what I mean? And that is energy. So anyways, let's get into your reading. We have 4 different decks. We have Mother Mary for our words of wisdom. We are going to use the Gilded Tarot to clarify and go deeper. I like the Gilded Tarot with the Light Seers as the main spread. So that's what I'm going to do today. The Light Seers for your main spread. And then we're bringing back in the major arcanas. This is just for July. I do it a couple times a year. Everything's pre-shuffled, by the way. You know, I keep saying I want to do a video of like a life of a tarot reader, because some may think like it's easy. You know, okay, you just put some cards in front of you, but it's like the preparation before, during, and then after. I don't know why I'm saying that. You know, it's like you don't do it for the money, because I don't think there's a lot of money to be had. You do it more for the fulfillment. Like, it brings fulfillment. That's what I feel. Alright, anyway. Major Arcanas. This is just going to give us kind of like a bullet point of your reading. Many times they are telling their own reading. We have your neighbor. Card of Aquarius, the Star. But this is about your hopes and your dreams and your wishes being your first card. I kind of like that. Why didn't I do Mother Mary first? I don't know. Alright, well. It's like bothering me I didn't do Mother Mary first. And I could stop and do it, but I don't feel like now I'm meant to do that. We have the World. Feels like there's some type of dream, hope, wish that exists, you know, in the next chapter, the next portal. Outside the realm that maybe you're in, you know, it may be like a new realm. I don't know why I'm saying that. With the Death card. Endings. But endings so that there can be a rebirth. You know, Death card has a meaning, and the meaning is closing of the old doors. Those doors that just no longer serve you. It's like carrying, like, you know, like, what do I want to say, like stored anger, and it goes from cycle to cycle to cycle to cycle. Even though the situation may have happened 20 years ago, it's like, because I'm hanging on to something, you know. I'm noticing his sickle, like it's something just needs, like I need to weed my garden. And by weeding my garden, what I think or what I feel like I'm telling the universe is, you know what, I am open. I am open to seeing what's out there, seeing what's next. Alright, we have one card that came down, and dang it, it's the Hangman. Excuse me. So the Hangman is mirroring your hopes. The Hangman can be like a pause in the action. Sometimes the Hangman feels like, you know, I have no other choice. But that's just not the truth, right? This is things that I tell myself. Don't forget, sometimes I feel like a death card can just simply mean a way of thinking. You know, or like, you know, I've taken on like what other people have thought about me, said about me. You know, I feel like it may have stopped me. But in the same breath, I don't feel like this is talking about in any way like it's stopping you now. Maybe I just need to have that realization. You know, it's interesting because, well, there goes the siren. That's interesting. I live in a small town, so the siren goes off for all the fire people. And I guess for the community too. I'm wondering, should I close my window? But maybe some of you are meant to hear it. And I don't mean that in an alarming way. I mean that in a, like, I'm in the present moment. Dang, I thought it was shutting off. You know, it's interesting because I'm thinking about the siren. I'm looking at the Hangman, and I feel like the Hangman is like, you know, asking the death card, like, when will the siren end? And death card's like, it'll end. Like, you know, knowing that things are meant to end, like they will end. Situations will end. You know, doors will close, sometimes with our, you know, our hope, and sometimes against that. You know, what feels like maybe against that, but I don't think it is. Alright, we're going to move these up to the side. And I'm trying to think, do I want to close my window? You know, Pisces is a very patient sign, and I know that, and that's one of the reasons why I'm like sitting here waiting, because I feel like you're like, just let it be, Sandy. And there it goes. Okay. Thank you. Alright, let's bring in Mother Mary and let's see. You know, maybe this message needed to be heard first. We'll see. Excuse me. Look at that, present moment. Exactly what I felt like the alarm was going off for. You know, to snap us back into the present moment. I am fully present in the here and now. You know why? Well, you know, maybe the alarm is another sign of like, because you're not in the present moment. Like, you know, maybe you're lost in what was, and you know, it's like you miss these alarms. I don't know. We'll read it from the end, but present moment. Sorry about that. I know some of you wear earphones or earbuds or headphones. I wear headphones. Like, I wear headphones when I listen to music. That's really the only time I use them. Because, you know, I really don't watch TV on my laptop. I watch it on my TV, like movies. And I don't watch it on my phone. Doesn't make it right or wrong. I just don't. So I can never find earbuds that like would kind of stay in, and I like my ear being like enveloped in the sound. Okay. Anyway, we have the Ace of Swords. Ace of Swords. Gotta bring this lid down a little bit more. I want you to see Mother Mary, but just present moment. Alright. Ace of Swords. Look at this. The Eight of Pentacles. You know, like, you know, I feel it's funny because I feel like for some of you, you're getting paid for, you know, what you do, like, and it may include your voice. It may include your voice, or you may find yourself on this path. And I do feel like it's a lucrative path, but, you know, it really depends on you. 8, I feel like it's about self, but I feel like I don't know. I feel a lot of power in that energy. You know, it's interesting, she's holding a green apple, and I never noticed that before. I never noticed that. And to me, that represents abundance, openness. I don't know. 4 of Cups. 4 Cups is about using your spiritual discernment. It can also be the energy of being discontent, bored in one's life. And it's interesting because she's looking over at the 8 of Pentacles, almost like, I wish I was her. I wish I was the one sitting in that chair. And I feel like, well, it can be. It can be. You know, the person in 8 of Pentacles, the realization they've had is, I don't have to know everything. I just, you know, because this is the type of energy where, you know, it's like the moon cycles, like, you know, as they go, they grow, you know, to the full moon. 8 of Pentacles, going in as the apprentice, leaving as the master teacher. Some of you may have a master number. So I feel like, you know, if I'm looking at the person in the 8 of Pentacles and saying, like, I wish I could be me, but I'm doing nothing about it, I feel like that's got to be on you. You got to know that. Because I feel like it can be you. Here comes some more sirens. Excuse me. You know, I'm looking at the 8, which then goes down to a 4, and I feel like I'm putting in half the effort. And sometimes I don't even know that I know what this is in the 8 of Pentacles. You know, it's like something piqued my interest, and I followed it, and I know what it means. Because it happened to me, you know, like something piqued my interest, and next thing I was like at the library getting books on spirituality and everything, but everything of a spiritual nature that before I was just living you know, I was just living my life. Wasn't thinking about any of that. And now my life kind of is surrounded by that. All right, we have the sun. I like that. That's illumination. That is Leo's ruler. Excuse me, guys. Sun is illuminating the Ace of Swords. I like that. You know, sun is, it's living less encumbered. You know, it's like living through your inner child. I feel like there is just something that, again, I feel like the only energy, which I'm not even going to say is negative, but that could be like preventing, you know, this person sitting in the chair of this person in the Eight of Pentacles is themselves. And I have to say that. And I feel like the sun is just illuminating that anyway. Alright, well, let's keep going. We have the Queen of Cups. And look how she's connected. As above, so below. She got that key around her neck. You know, it's like she has the key to unlock the door. She's got the key, and she's got it around her neck. Funny, it's like, you know, there's this crown above her. I don't know why I'm really looking at her. So I definitely feel like this is, you know, like you're definitely communicating, or you can be, like, with your higher self. It's interesting because the Queen, you know, she's got this bowl right in front of her. And the Four of Cups, the one thing I noticed was this bowl. And the Queen is the only other one who has the bowl. So the Queen also has, it's interesting because that means it is the Queen in the Four of Cups. It is someone not trusting, you know, what they're connecting to, so to speak. It is someone putting, you know, and I hate to say half the effort, because it's not about judgment. Like, I feel like, you know, you do what you do when you do it. But anyways, here's the Queen. Strength card. A lot of 8s. Not a lot. This is only the second one. But when I think of the Sun, I think of Leo. When I think of Leo, I think of 8. Strength card, you know, again, I hate to say this, but it brings it back to you. 8 about self, you know, and listen, I feel like this is the perfect example of the Strength card coming out with the 8 of Pentacles above it and the Ace of Swords and the Sun illuminating. It's almost like, you know, like telling your story and what you've been through. And you know, I feel like Divine uses that, our experiences, all the time. But I feel like we, on this human level, it's like, you know, doesn't mean that we don't get paid. So does, you know what I mean? So, Strength card talks about, you know, the inner you. Let this card go by. It was so peaceful when I opened a window. It was almost too peaceful. I'm like, I don't trust that peace. Anyway, Strength card. Must be time. People are coming home. We have, what the alright, pause. I'm gonna close my window. Okay. pisses me off. I don't know why I feel that way right now. Like, I feel pissed off, like, you know, all the time. Like, it's hard to work from home sometimes because these elements you can't control. And it's weird because, like, the picture I had in my mind of living, to me, somewhat out in the country, I expected it quiet. But, I don't know. Alright, anyway, let's see what else we have. Well, there's that Hangman. Hangman right under the Four of Cups, guys. I feel like there's just no denying it. And then look at this, the Ace of Pentacles. Wow. The Ace of Pentacles. I feel like you have so much more control over these aces than maybe you realize at this moment. You know, if I'm waiting for what I would think would be a miracle to happen, I think what I'm going to find is I am the miracle. Like, I feel like you're about to amaze yourself. But I do feel like, you know, or I just feel like you're not giving yourself, like, the credit of what you can be and what you can do. What you can create. And a lot of it is because of your experiences, no doubt. No doubt. And I love the Ace of Pentacles being kind of the last card, especially with the sun over it. You know, because this ace, like, it has the roots attached to it. It's going to come into your physical life. It's going to change it, enhance it in some way. And I love the sun. You know, what makes the seed grow? The water, that's you. The soil. The sun. Right? I said something about picking weeds. Interesting, because now I feel like now I get it. Because when I pick the weeds around my seed, like, it gives it more. It's able to absorb more of the sun. Interesting. I'm pretty sure I was talking about weeds in this reading. I don't remember now, but if I was, it definitely fits. Okay. We have the Six of Wands on the bottom of the deck, though Justice also wanted to be shown. Card Libra. This could certainly be cutting ties. You know, sometimes it can mean karmic, legal. You know, signing those final documents, making that final decision. I can talk about divorce, doesn't have to. But it's interesting, I feel like whatever it is, I feel like you're not happy anyway. Like, especially with the Hangman and then the Four of Cups, I feel like I'm not really happy where I am. But, well, let's figure it out, because I feel like there's just something keeping you from, you know, I feel like whatever it is you want it to be, you know, I shouldn't put, like, I don't want to say it has to be like a spiritual thing, because maybe it's not. You know, I feel like those that came with a life path 8, you're here to build your material world. You know what I mean? And no need to apologize. It's funny because Sam's one of those people who has this thing about, you know, like, I'm going to make him sound prejudiced, and he's not, but, like, about rich people. Like, And I think it's because of stupid shows that I watch. You know, they don't really represent, like, if I was rich, how I would be. But anyway, and I feel like, you know, and I tell him, stop saying that, because I feel like what you're doing is you're, like, throwing a block out there to the universe. Like, you have no interest in being rich. Well, Not that I care about being rich, but it's like, you know, don't block it at the same time. Okay, anyway. We have the Queen of Cups coming all over the Ace of Swords. So it's definitely meant for you. You know, it can talk about your thoughts. And don't be surprised if your thoughts are influenced by divine. And again, something because she's looking right towards this person in the Ace of Swords. You know, the person in the Eight of Pentacles is looking right towards her. Okay. Queen of Cups. I feel like she's on a journey. Let's kind of follow her. See where she's going. You know, we have the Six of Wands on the bottom of the deck. And that kind of is where the spotlight is on you. You know, it's definitely having victorious energy. But it's due to your action. Like, I have to make that clear. It is due to your action that, you know, puts a spotlight on you, so to speak. I feel like in the Six of Wands, it's energy where, hello, soulmates. It's energy where there are other people looking up to you. But it's mainly because of your action. So I would not be surprised if some of you, it's like, you know, like pen and paper, and it may be your story. Interesting. We now have the Two of Cups coming over the Eight of Pentacles. Wow. You know, maybe that's the path that my soulmate lies upon. Kind of wanted to follow this queen. This queen is holding this cup out. Here comes the Two of Cups. Interesting. All these eights are about new beginnings. As above, so below. I feel like this queen is pretty aware of that. I don't know that anybody's aware of the Two of Cups, because I don't feel like that's why I ultimately sit in that chair. It had nothing to do with the Two of Cups. But nonetheless, there it is. Interesting. We have the Seven of Wands. You know, it can talk about, you know, it's the energy of standing your ground. And it is important to stand your ground. It is. But it's also important to learn, like, what's worth standing my ground. Like, you know, what fight is worth, you know, are all fights worth a fight? Some people, yes. Well, okay. But I feel like, you know, you're of the water nature. You're more with the flow. So I don't really like the Seven of Wands for you. I mean, I do feel like you should stand your ground, but I feel like it's also talking about, you know, like, why do I stay in something where I feel unsatisfied? I almost feel like I threw the gauntlet down, and like walking away would make me look like the fool, but that's just fluff. Like, who will eventually who will care? I don't feel like you will. Again, I'm not telling you to stand your ground where it needs to be stood. Just look at that, the Magician flipped itself over. Interesting. You know, it's almost like a fight between light and dark. It's interesting because I feel like the Magician, like, forced me to look at it before I looked down at the table, and it's the devil. And sorry, Capricorn, I know I kind of give you a bad rap sometimes, but I feel the energy of light and dark. And then with the Strength card, it certainly speaks about the light and dark within oneself, right? and ultimately coming to like balance. You know, she's you know, she's you know, all woman, but she's also the lion. But she's like holding on to this tiny little lamb. Just everything I've learned through my experiences. It's interesting that, okay, well, here's the devil. Card of Capricorn. The Magician is sitting over the sun. You know, I often feel the Magician is really the Fool's greatest teacher. The first teacher the Fool meets along the next path, the next journey. You know, hopping from here over to this chair, so to speak. And the Magician really is teaching the Fool like everything you need to be successful. You know, if you don't already possess it, you're going to meet it along the way. You know, trust that. Again, that 8 infinity. Like, you've done this before, you've been here before. Boom, now you got amnesia. You know what I mean? Like, it's their final last words, and boom, amnesia. We have the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. Interesting. Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn, sitting right next to Capricorn. I'm wondering if this person has anything to do with your past. Let's keep going and find out. You know, maybe I'm not reading between the lines, and I need to read between the lines, like, you know, like, letting, you know, what's this queen's specialty? Her specialty is reading, you know, those details that other people miss. And maybe that's what you're doing, like you're missing that. Interesting, with the Tower. Are you telling me to throw the tower, Sandy? No. I can't tell you anything. I can't tell you anything. You know, I feel like you have to know that. You have to make that decision. But it is interesting though, because there's the Tower coming over the Hangman, right? But right next to it is the Ace of Pentacles. It's almost like, you know, maybe this Tower is freakier and scarier than it really is. I don't know. I don't know. We have Judgment. Well, there's present moment energy. So that's your spiritual team, first of all, coming in the light. Beautiful, but carrying the trumpet. So it's like, need you back into the present moment. Why? Well, that's where the Ace of Pentacles lies. Let's not forget it's about a rebirth. And I feel like, you know, maybe I've been doing something or been with someone who, you know, has been like of a negative nature. And I'm not telling you to leave. I'm just telling you, I don't know, I just feel like there's something of a negative nature that, you know, be aware of it. Because I feel like once I'm aware, you know, once I leap into something new, I feel like there's a lot that awaits you at the same time. Interesting. And then we have the King of Wands. King of Wands. King of Action. Dun 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 dun. King of Action. I don't know. Maybe this king lies on a path that you've yet to discover. Doesn't mean I can't or I won't. It just means I have yet. And I feel like, I do feel like for some, like, you know, like there's details or something that I'm missing. But I feel like bottom line, you know, it does, in a way, sacrifice a change. What's over here? The world, the star. It's almost like your hope, your dream, your, you know, the life that you wanted doesn't lie within the life that you have. But it doesn't mean it doesn't exist. It doesn't exist if I take no chances, right? If I make no changes, like what exists will continue to exist. I feel like this Ace of Pentacles really is like, what do you want to plant? What do you want to plant? You know, I love the balance of the Two of Pentacles and the Eight of Pentacles. Alright, I want to look at a couple things. I think I'm going to go right down the middle. No particular reason, just right down the middle. We have the Eight of Swords. Another 8. Again, self-created prison. You know, this is the energy that asks you to break yourself free. It's a lot of your thoughts. Based out of fear, probably of not wanting to repeat. But in the same breath, if I don't break myself free, how can I guarantee anything? It's a difference of using your energy as a determination as it relates to anything that's new, which direction you should go, versus basing it on past. Again, you know, there could be a lot of people that told you weren't going to make it, you know, or whatever it may be, like you're not going to have a life. It may be you bought it, hook, line, and sinker, but I feel like still your guides are trying to reach you, to let you understand that not only, you know, because I feel like some, you're looking at the person, the Eight of Pentacles, and you're like, I want to be that person. And I feel like your guides are saying, well, that's exactly what we wanted to hear. And then I feel like it's Two of Cups. I feel like it's speaking of more than just potential love. I feel like it's talking about people, like those along your journey. You know, that means the path is very guided. That means as I'm going through certain things that, you know, just when I need one, the soulmate's going to show up to help me in some way. So the Eight of Swords, there's no need for that. But it is here nonetheless. We have the Ace of Swords. I feel like something's been trying to reach you. Someone, something. Page of Pentacles. Path of Knowledge. Temperance, divine timing. Four of Cups again, go away. Dang it. And then the Eight of Swords. I think if Divine could say anything to you right now, it would say that, you know, if you really took a look at your life, what have you learned? Because it's what you have learned, most importantly, because I feel like it becomes your truth. You know, it's who you are. And, you know, I can't look at these difficult experiences as reasons to, like, stop living my life. I gotta look at them for what they are. They're some type of lesson. You know, connected to the page of Pentacles, you know, as I learn these lessons, I grow. You know, it means I become better. My life becomes better. Everything becomes better. But it's interesting because I feel like, or I cannot trust my voice. I cannot do anything. And will things get better? No. It's going to lead right back to it's going to lead to the Ten of Swords. It's going to lead to the energy of submission. I expect a dagger to enter my back, and I'll be damned. There goes dagger entering my back. You know, I'm standing my ground, but I gotta look at what I'm standing my ground for. Because what if ultimately a tower is meant to happen? Because maybe it's the only way you could enter this next journey, so to speak. I don't know. I feel like it's relating to love, but I feel like it can be other things also. I feel like it's trusting in yourself, your voice, your uniqueness. You know, don't say that I'm here for nothing. You're here to learn, especially if you're given difficult lessons. I feel like your soul's like, give them to me, give them to me. And listen, we can all get hung up. Okay. We have the Ace of Cups. Look at this. We have the Ace of Wands. Wow. And then we have the Page of Cups. Pisces, I feel like some of you have been on this learning experience of learning to love you again. And I feel like when you love you again, and loving you again means you've like opened your heart back up. You know, it means you're no longer willing to hold on to like things that didn't work out. You're letting it go, right? And you want to go see what's out there. So the Page of Cups is going to allow oneself to do that, right? It is learning of an emotional nature also. I feel like you're learning of both, emotionally and Pentacles. But nonetheless, here's the Ace of Cups. Hello, unconditional love. I mean, there's the Ace of Swords right there, and there's the Ace of Wands right there. Almost like someone starts a podcast and like maybe it's just me talking, but like you know, someone who follows that podcast is just like, I think I'm in love. I don't know. I feel like expect the unexpected, but I feel like first and foremost, like follow your instinct. Ace of Wands is like your action again. And then we have the Six of Wands. I feel like this is where, you know, it's almost like you're telling people. And they're listening. So, I think I'm going to leave it there. But I'm going to read present moment. Look at that. Open right to it. You receive this card as a gentle reminder to keep your focus upon the present moment, right now. Have you been reliving old memories, rehashing ancient wounds, or projecting yourself into the future? If so, you're missing out on life which occurs in the here and now occurs. Mother Mary guides you to enjoy the present, no matter what's going on. As you do, okay, I feel like I messed that up. As you learn to extract the joy and hidden messages and blessings with every experience, you'll feel continuously fulfilled in the moment. Okay, I apologize. I had a hard time reading that. Weird. Pulled her second. Like, it was weird. I just kind of feel like, you know, this is your life. This is your adventure. Adventures. And I feel like some are waiting. You know, some are waiting, and your voice and what you've learned and what you're going to do next and who you're going to meet, I feel like it's all there. It's all there. But it all starts with that person in the Four of Cups of wishing that I could be that other person. I can be. I can make, right? I can make the change. I can make the change. It reminds me of a song. All right, I'm going to leave it there. I know some of you have been waiting for your reading. I hope you find the positivity in this reading, because it's really what it's about. It's really about all that you can be, not all that you think that you are. It's all that you can be. But it does take your action. But know that, you know, you're fully supported at the same time. Know that. I mean, why do these aces here? Because you're ready for the aces, right? Those who are not seem to maybe, you know, they receive the ace when they become ready. I don't know. I'm going to stop talking. I love you. I'll see you next time at our table. Bye-bye.